The Haunting at Midnight Carnival. I had always loved amusement parks, with their colorful lights, thrilling rides, and the carefree laughter that filled the air. So when I heard about the grand opening of Midnight Carnival, a new theme park renowned for its spine-chilling attractions, I couldn't resist the temptation to visit. Little did I know that my quest for excitement would lead me down a path of terror unlike anything I had ever experienced before. As I stepped through the entrance gates, a shiver ran down my spine as if the very air was tinged with an unnatural presence. The park was cloaked in darkness, illuminated only by the pale glow of flickering streetlights. The atmosphere was eerily quiet, devoid of the joyful screams and laughter I had come to expect from such a place. Something was off, but I brushed aside my unease, attributing it to the park's theme. I decided to begin my adventure at the Hall of Mirrors, a classic attraction with its maze-like corridors that promised to twist reality. Stepping inside, I immediately became disoriented as reflections danced around me, distorting my sense of direction. But as I moved deeper into the labyrinth, the mirrors seemed to change, their glass warped and grotesque, distorting my own reflection into something nightmarish. A sinister whisper echoed through the hallways, sending a chill up my spine. I quickened my pace, desperate to escape the surreal nightmare. But no matter how fast I ran, the exit remained elusive, as if the walls themselves were shifting to keep me trapped. Panic gnawed at my insides as the whispers grew louder, mocking and taunting me. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I stumbled out of the Hall of Mirrors, gasping for breath. I scanned my surroundings, hoping to find solace in a familiar sight, but the amusement park had transformed before my eyes. The once vibrant colors had faded, replaced by a sickly pallor that gave the attractions a haunting allure. I spotted the Ferris wheel towering above the park, its skeletal structure looming ominously against the night sky. With trembling legs, I made my way towards it, the sound of creaking metal growing louder with each step. As I reached the ride, I hesitated, a sense of foreboding crawling up my spine. But curiosity pushed me forward, and I climbed into an empty gondola. The wheel started moving, its rotation slow and deliberate. I glanced down at the park below, only to be met with a horrifying sight. The once empty streets were now teeming with ghostly apparitions, their pale faces contorted in anguish. They reached out towards me, their spectral hands yearning for release. Their cries echoed in my ears, a chorus of tormented souls begging for mercy. Terrified, I closed my eyes, praying for the nightmare to end. When I finally opened them, I found myself standing in front of an old-fashioned carousel. The merry-go-round spun with an unnatural speed, the wooden horses galloping in a frenzied race. Their eyes gleamed with an otherworldly light, and their painted smiles seemed to twist into sadistic grins. Against my better judgment, I stepped onto the carousel, grasping the brass pole for support. The ride picked up speed, the wind whipping through my hair. But as the horses rose and fell, I noticed that the scenery beyond the carousel remained unchanged. It was as if I was trapped in an endless loop, doomed to ride this sinister contraption for eternity. Fear clawed at my heart as I realized the true nature of Midnight Carnival. It was a place where nightmares came to life, a realm where the line between reality and the supernatural blurred. Desperation consumed me, and I screamed, begging for release from this macabre playground. Suddenly, the carousel screeched to a halt, and the lights in the park flickered, plunging everything into darkness. The silence was deafening, broken only by my ragged breaths. And then, a voice whispered in my ear, cold and menacing, "Welcome to your final ride." Before me stood a figure cloaked in shadows, its eyes glowing like ember. Paralyzed with terror, I watched as it extended a hand towards me. I knew that accepting its invitation would seal my fate, but I had no other choice. I reached out, my hand trembling, and the moment our fingers touched, a wave of excruciating pain washed over me. When I awoke, I found myself lying on the grass outside the park's entrance. Midnight Carnival had vanished, leaving no trace behind. Was it all just a horrific dream? Or had I truly stepped into a realm where nightmares reigned supreme? To this day, the memory of Midnight Carnival haunts me. The echo of tortured souls lingers in my mind, a constant reminder of the terrors that lurk in the darkness. And as I walk through the ordinary world, I can't help but wonder if there are other portals to such horrors, waiting to ensnare unsuspecting souls like mine.